Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Hello? Please state your name, identity, and you must be... Excuse me? Please provide the information requested and also declare any goods you are... Currently, only members of the International Trade Association are authorized to engage. My apologies, but I'll have to...
Here are their entry papers. For your...
What? Ugh, take your time.
I just wanted to see what...
I see. Okay. Your papers are...
So...
The Outlander Affairs Agency. They only check entry permits here. If you want to remain on Rito...
Sheesh. So it is super strict.
Well, let's not forget that to everyday folk in Inazuma, as the word suggests, Outlanders aren't very welcome in Inazuma, not even on Rito, where they've established an outsider settlement. I like how you think. I've got it. Now, let's head over to the Outlander Affairs Agency. Most of the current rules were put in place by the administration of Rito, the Kanjo Commission.
The Kanjo Commission?
Yes, one branch of the Tri-Commission of Inazuma, responsible for growing and managing the nation's wealth. You really haven't heard of it before?
You've completed the entry procedures, yes?
Yes, please.
Okay, the processing fee will be 2 million more.
2 million? For a...
That's right. 1 million per applicant, which makes 2 million.
Paimon wasn't so much questioning your math.
Ma'am, these two here are good friends of mine.
Ah, Mr. Toma, it's you. By way of courtesy, allow me...
Thank you ever so much. But as this is just a processing fee, I think 600 Mora should cover it if I'm paying on their behalf. I'll treat you to dinner too.
That's not how you haggle! By all means, bargain the price!
All right then, as you wish, Mr. Toma. I will make a record.
Much obliged.
What? She went from 2 million down to 600? There's something seriously wrong with people's sense of finance around here!
It's not as mind-boggling as you think. A processing fee is just... The way some here at the agency see it, the fees are easy money. So it becomes a question... So when the day comes that some poor merchant from overseas with more money than sense gets stuck...
Then they'll milk them for all their work!
Exactly. It's at times like this that having a local friend really comes in handy. Yes, but when you're an Outlander in Inazuma, far from home in this closed nation era, there's very little the most that overseas merchants can do to look after themselves is stick... That's how the International Trade Association
So it's a trade association built by...
Yep. And as well as advancing commercial interests. The association provides help, support, and essentially, it's an association devoted to both commercial excellence and survival skills.
Sounds like just staying alive is an achievement when you...
I see. So this is the real purpose of your trip. Yes, after all, the Raiden Shogun is the most exalted and revered one in all of Inazuma. She is a deity who reigns on high. Huh. I was going to say nothing is set in stone when it comes to who you'll encounter in this world. Who's to say you won't happen to run into the Raiden Shogun one day after lunch?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll give it to you straight. I know of a way to
Really? Wow!
I mean, it will take all the resources I have at my disposal, but it can be done. However, connections come at a high price. No. In this instance, in fact, there's no real cost as such. It's just that if this is something you really want, you'll have to agree to help I like to do things in a way that keeps everybody happy. It's my own personal...
Sounds very reasonable to Paimon. You're the man in the middle, so you have to trade favors to...
Why do I get the feeling you're making me out to be some sort of crook? Here's the situation. As I touched upon earlier, the members of the International Trade Association, recently things seem to have gotten more difficult than ever for them, so just go and check things out. See if there's the head of the association is called Karisu, and he's a good friend of mine. Go talk to him. I'll wait for you here.
This is the Outlander Affairs Agency. Please have your documents and proof of identity.
Huh? Hello there. You must be seeking refuge with the International Trade Association. Ah, good. That's a relief.
We heard the association has been having some difficulty.
Yes. Left, right, and center. Obstacles.
The Sakoku decree certainly makes things difficult for anyone.
But it's not the root cause of our woes. The Sakoku decree might restrict our scope of activity. But no. What's really squeezing us Outlander merchants, those Mora grubbers from the Kanjo Commission.
Oh, of the 3 commissions, that's the one that oversees it.
That's right. They impose astronomical tax rate, unbelievable regulations. They just issued a new tax decree recently that, for some reason, completely changes the way we pay our taxes. It...
Crystal Marrow.
Something that most of us in the association had never heard of before either, until the new decree came along. Eventually, one of the older Liyue merchants recalled that he once shipped a batch of it to Snezhnaya in his youth. So, in order to pay our taxes, we began an arduous search for but then we found we'd only managed to create a bigger problem for ourselves. The right... Now there's only one vendor who even has it in stock. Exactly. So this vendor keeps pushing the price up, and we have no choice but... It's a vicious cycle. The consequence of which is that our taxes will soon exceed our profit. We've tried but this is a nation where the cries of a few struggling merchants will never be heard over... Fontaine, my dear homeland. I miss you an awful lot at the moment.
Sounds awful. What do you think we should do? But Karisu's the head of the association, and even he hasn't...
Right. And besides, I think this...
Okay. Well, we could try tackling the...
I've actually done business with him in the past, but after a point he stopped contacting us.
Well, it definitely sounds like he's being unfair.
Hey, that's a pretty good idea. Since you're not affiliated with the association, and you're new to... If I remember correctly, our usual meeting point with him is under a tree by the coast in the resident...
Got it! We're on?
Which one should I choose?
Huh? I don't think I recognize you. Are you newer? So, what do you need with me? The sheer nerve. You don't go around asking questions like that. If I gave you my sources, I might as well trade secret. Got it? You know what trade and...
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Ha! Are you even buying? Oh, I see what's going on here. They're wasting their time. The price is non...
Hey, what's your problem?
Get out of here, go on. Tell them they're lucky to be buying from me in the first place, and they ought to be more grateful.
What are we gonna do? There's no talking to this guy. Good idea.
Wouldn't gliding be faster? Wouldn't gliding be faster?
That was quick. You resolved it already?
Actually, we're having a little trouble.
No? Well, by all means, tell me what you need. Getting you to go fixing things when you've only just arrived is quite a demand. Oh, that guy? I'm familiar. He used to be a bit of a sorry sight, selling shells that he collect on the beach just to get by. But he seems to have... I can only assume he must have found himself a patron after leaving the inner...
You're saying he used to be a member of...
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him? That's right. Werner was born in Mondstadt, then went into the shipping business, trading between... When Inazuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group of Outlanders that ended up... The International Trade Association was initially very generous to him, but over time, with decree after decree, the association members...
So he left the association and turned...
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that. I believe even the most ungrateful and cold-hearted of people still have some amount of gratitude and warmth.
Really? Is that all you...
Well then, it sounds like you may have found a way in with...
Sorry. I need to think about it.
What are you doing back here? Just because I got plenty of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you. Huh? Where's this coming from? Mondstadt? You were talking about... Goodness, I can sense it now. So familiar, but I can't remember the the scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes me back. Oh, my hometown. The home of freedom.
It's working!
So, trying to play my heartstrings like a... Huh? What is this? What are you up...
Just close your eyes already!
You mean... the sound of the ocean? Leah Harbor. I can see it so clearly. Oh, and the sound... Xiao lanterns. I'm right there at the lantern.
This guy has a really active imagination. Either that or he...
Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it anymore. My poor heart can't take it. You mean the folks from the International Trade Association? Often, I'll sneak down to the shore at night and listen to the sound of the waves. I've run into folks from the association more than a few times doing just that, but I always hide. Don't you think I've wanted to talk things through with them and free myself from this anguish?
Well, no one's stopping you.
They're so resilient. None of them had anyone else to rely on, so they rallied together, committed to finding a way to survive. But I couldn't, so I caved. Those people, they'd make the smallest of promises, offer the most measly benefits, and I'd do whatever they asked of me. All right, I'll tell you the whole story.
You ready to talk now?
But I betrayed them. I can't...
Come on, you scaredy cat. Look, so come on, get it off your chest.
It's a scheme by the tax collection Ashigaru. They start by overtaxing the merchants, then take the extra crystal marrow they receive. Once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to sell that extra stock back to the merchants at an extortionate price.
It's plain evil gouging them like this.
I'm their puppet, yes. But my cut is a tiny fraction of what we take in total. It's barely enough evidence. You're right. Now that I think about it, whenever I report back to him after a sale, he always heads to the same. As it happens, I handed some Mora over to him not long ago.
Really? Well, then they're...
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Keijiro! It's him!
After him!
Should I close her freedom? It's not like I'll get any customers.
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
Now, who else is behind on payments? Let me think. Yes, the trade association clique still needs to be brought into line. What was that sound?
Quiet! Don't let him find us!
Must be hearing things. Drat, I'm behind schedule. I need to hurry.
What could he be doing at a place like...
It looked like he buried something over there, didn't it? Whoa, it's boring! Paimon thought he'd hidden a big pile of Mora here.
Let me take a look here. Ah, yes! This is what we're looking for. A clear and complete...
Great! Well, now we have our hard evidence.
I'll...
Huh? You aren't gonna...
I need a little more time before I'm ready to
Huh. Poor Werner's a pretty...
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
But we really don't have anything left. If this keeps up, our sales will come in at a loss. There'll be nothing left for us to do but starve.
You know the decree. The rules are the rules. No discounts, no exceptions, and no excuses. And who are you? Another new member of the...
It just so happens that we found your little ledger, so now we're here to tell everyone all about how you embezzled...
Huh? Is this true?
You've been swindling us!
Well, you...
Let me take a look at the ledger. Well, would you look at that? Every payment the associ... So, Mr. Keijiro, it seems you have some explaining to do.
So you think you can use this against me, do you? It's quite obvious.
Word has it that samurai and the commission place great importance on reputation and prestige.
Huh? Is that a threat? Are you threatened?
No, not at all. I'm simply stating that it would be quite a pity if an illustrious...
Well, even if what you say is true...
I believe you still have a quantity of crystal marrow in your possession. Perhaps that crystal marrow could be used as compensation for the recent tax hike.
Is that it?
Oh, do you have any idea the hoops I had to jump through to get the crystal marrow and keep it hidden?
And not even an ounce of shame.
So that's it? My shop's been closed for weeks now. I've even had to ask my friends to help bail me out.
Come on, Harrison. We've already struck a good deal here.
I'm sick of being pushed around like this. I won't let him off so easy.
Harrison!
Hey, what's all this racket? Does someone dare question the decree?
Ah, Chief, you've arrived.
What was all the commotion I heard just now?
Oh, we were just discussing a minor tax issue. I do my utmost.
A helping hand. The only thing you're doing is stuffing your greedy pockets with our hard-earned wealth. I assure you that Hirage...
Oh, and you dare to utter the Commissioner's name. You Outlander, seize the merchants. We will resolve this dispute back...
Uh-oh.
Gentlemen, come now. Is there any need for this? If there's a...
Who are you supposed to be? And why in my right mind would I join you for a
Ha! You never heard of the Fixer?
Here's my card.
Huh. You're from the Yashiro Commission. Shh. Huh. Well, this is Kanjo Commission territory. However powerful the Yashiro Commission may be, you have no business...
Of course not. Still, perhaps you could show the young... lady of our clan some courtesy. You wouldn't want your name showing up in a petition to the Shogun, would you?
That fan, the Shirasagi Himegimi. I don't need any trouble with her. Okay, let's forget...
But, Chief!
Enough! We're leaving!
Let's get dinner one day soon, gentlemen. My treat, I insist. No response, huh? I suppose that bridge is well and...
Thank you so much, Toma. But I'm sorry your relationship with the
Hey, I was joking. It's a small price to pay, and you're more than welcome. If there's anyone you... if nothing else, I'm sure the tax collection Ashigaru...
Toma?
Shh, not here. Too many people listening. Let's... Corruption seems rife in the Kanjo Commission. They truly are rotten to the core. All right, time for me to answer your questions. What would you like to know? Straight to the point. I belong to the Kamisato clan of the Yashiro Commission on Narukami Island. I'm an attendant of the Shirasagi Hime...
You've been keeping your true identity a secret from us this whole... So, the Yashiro Commission.
Correct. The Kamisato clan is the head of the Yashiro Commission, who manage ceremonial and cultural affairs. I'd go into more detail on what exact... I'm just someone who was fortunate enough to be taken in by the Kamisato clan. My role is to take care of the daughter of the clan, Kamisato Ayaka, also known as the Shirasagi Himegimi.
Seems like she must be super famous in Inazuma.
Oh, most definitely. She's graceful, dignified, and kind-hearted, too. Her fame even somewhat eclipses that of her older brother, Kamisato Ayato, despite the fact that he's the current head of the clan. I suppose those who treat others with compassion earn themselves the same treatment in return. Miss Kamisato's situation certainly seems to attest to that. Take me, for example. You're asking the right questions. And to be honest, I don't... Firstly, you should know that being a fixer is not something you can fake. I spent the better part of a month tirelessly building up a network of relationships on the island.
Still pretty good going for just...
Well, maybe I have a slight knack for schmoozery. But the main thing was, I had to... Inazuma may have closed off to the outside world, but that hasn't stopped a lot of people from... So, when Miss Kamisato heard of your intention to come to Inazuma, she began looking forward to your arrival with great anticipation. That is, that you have what it takes to change the tide of the times.
Change the tide of the...
In the test I gave you earlier, although there were a few hiccups at the end, it was you who found the way to turn the situation, navigating powerful people, using their character flaws to your advantage. It's just what Miss Kamisato, with your help, even the Vision Hunt decree... That's an unexpected development. Perhaps our sources were misleading. Yes, of course. I completely understand, and as agreed, I shall help set that up for you.
Toma sure didn't put up much of a fuss.
Well, my work on Rito is done. So, one more thing. This invitation letter is for you. When you get to Narukami Island, you can find me at the Komori Tea House, as per the letter. Good luck with everything.
Toma's not such a bad guy, huh? Huh? What's up? Oh, right! Paimon, wait! So, did Toma forget that too? Oh, darn it! No wonder he was so matter-of-fact about... As soon as we get off Ritu, Paimon's going straight to Komori Tea House to settle the school... Well, guess we should give it a try. Let's head to the border and see how far we get.